Hello, you guys. Welcome. It is me, Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. If you want to know the astrology for December 2024, you are at the right place, okay? So first of all, just for this month, if you know anything about Sagittarius, which we're currently in, it's very optimistic, but we have Mercury retrograding in Sagittarius. We have Mars that is going to also retrograde in the sign Leo. So those things are going to be very powerful for a lot of mutable signs and fixed signs. Mutable will be Virgo, Gemini, Sagittarius, and the fixed signs are Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpios. So you guys may have some trouble on the horizons, and I don't want to say trouble, but there may be some conflicts coming up, is a better word, coming up your way. Okay, so we have some interesting things happening. First of all, I'm going to say, if you did not know who I am, Danyell Carmelita. I am a tarot reader and astrologer. I do both tarot and astrology. I'll probably pull some tarot in this video so we can know what else to look for in the month of December. Also have a newsletter, and I would love for you to sign up because that newsletter not only gives you weekly horoscopes and weekly lets you know what's going on, the vibe in the sky for the week, but also it helps me stay in touch with you. So if YouTube or any social media decides to kick me off, we can still stay in touch. Also, I have a community, so check out the community because it is great for you to learn a lot of things. I put extra things in there, extra tools. If you really love astrology, you want more details, I even just posted in the group great gifts for different zodiac signs and placements for those zodiac signs. So go ahead if you want extra information. Also too, I just gifted everyone in the group predictive astrology report, which segue to something else. This is great. It's a great time, especially during Capricorn season. If we really want to know about long-term goals within this year, I have a predictive astrology report that you can purchase. So go ahead and check that out. Now, if you were in a group, sometimes I give free perks just because my group is small and I have that ability to do it. So, and also too, just please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. That helps me out as well. So let's get on to the video. Let's talk about the ingresses for this month. We have Venus entering the sign Aquarius, and of course, happy solar return for all my Capricorns. That is what we have for ingresses, meaning that the planet will change zodiac signs. And I'll get into the details of what that means for everyone. Also, retrogrades and stations, what's going direct this month. Mars is going to retrograde in a sign Leo December 6th. We're already in a pre-shadow phase, but it's going to be stronger. Start officially December 6th. At 6 degrees, okay? Now, also December 7th, we have Neptune in the sign Pisces. That's going to go direct. So get ready. The retrograde will be lifted. I'll get into a little bit more detail of what that means. Mercury is going to retrograde. We're already in a pre-shadow phase in Sagittarius. Get ready for the optimism and the honesty to be really ridiculous, okay? And for as illumination this month, we start with the first illumination. We're going to have a Gemini full moon, and that's going to be December 15th. And December 30th, we have a Capricorn new moon. A lot of long-term goals and being really serious and responsible on a horizon for us. I know it is going to be a new year for a lot of people. However, it is not a zodiac new year. It's just about getting serious and being productive. Okay, so here are all the dates for December. If you want to screenshot them, here they are. I've already talked about the ingresses and the retrogrades and the stations and illuminations, but here are all the aspects that I have, okay? Now, if you want more detail, if you want horoscopes, I do that every week, so go ahead and check that out. Also, in my videos, I do talk a lot about politics and current events, so I tie that in and how it connects to astrology and tarot. Now, Trump is going to have a big problem when we have Mars retrograding in a sign Leo. Not only does Trump have an issue, but RFK has a JFK. Robert Kennedy. So RFK Jr. also will be having some trouble, and JD Vance. So let's see how this plays out for them. Mercury retrograding probably affect Kamala. Now Kamala is not running anymore, but it will. She's a Gemini rising, so, and she's still our current VP. I just want to bring that out for you guys. Now let's start with December 2nd. Venus is in the sign Capricorn. It's going to trine Uranus, which is retrograding in the sign Taurus. This is all about loving things in a different way, okay? Loving being different. And the earth signs, Capricorns and Taurus, it provides some grounded energy, while Uranus adds some excitement and some unexpected opportunities. Now, trine is very positive. So exciting changes in relationship, okay? And really attracting some new things, some unexpected surprises, because Venus is what we attract. Financial opportunities can be happening, reevaluating what you value. Uranus is going to make it have a perspective that is quite different. Uranus encourages introspection about personal and collective values. So the trine supports some aligning material things that are a little bit deeper and also intellectual and what you value, okay? Creative breakthroughs also could be happening with trining Uranus. It's very positive. You don't have to do any work, and also the creativity could be really happening with this aspect, okay? Open to any surprise and blend in the old and the new. Invest in your future and refresh any kind of relationship, because there will be some refreshing. Most people who will be loving this be all my earth signs, my Taurus, Virgos, and Capricorns, and my fixed signs, my Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. This will probably really hit home for you, and you will benefit a lot of it out of it. And it's not just your sun sign placement, but other placements in it too. Now, December 4th, Mercury is retrograding in the sign Sagittarius, which is opposing Jupiter retrograding in the sign Gemini. So a lot of division. We already have the division going on, but it's going to get worse. Stories of communication is going to get mixed up. Details versus the bigger picture. It's just going to be a hot mess. Anytime you have anything thinking big picture and the small details with Jupiter and then Gemini's involved, also it's just a lot of division within wordplay and communication, okay? So conflicting perspectives versus each other, okay? And miscommunication and really being exaggerated because Jupiter likes to exaggerate the gossip, the communication, the emails, the wordings, the story. Reviewing long-term goals. Both planets in retrograde encourage some reflection, and we are retrograding with this thing, so a lot of reflection happening, okay? There's travel and education delays. Big on traveling. So if you're not planning on traveling or could withhold it, I would say do it, which is very interesting because the holidays are coming up. So just really expect a lot of traveling problems coming up, okay? Balancing expansion and focus. Think twice before you're acting. Clarify any kind of communication. Avoid overcommitting things, because Jupiter will overcommit. And Sagittarius energy is like, I can do it all. Just overly optimistic, and it's just not going to work, okay? Just refine your vision as well. It's the time to bridge the gap with expansive ideas and what are the acceptable steps or reasonable steps to happen to help your goals, okay? Mutable signs, you will be feeling this the most. So that's Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. My Sagittarius and Gemini placements, this will be affecting you the most too. Now, that same day, the sun in Sagittarius is going to square Saturn in Pisces. Every time I see Saturn, I think of restriction, negativity, and taking a long time, the father of time. So this transit, when it's square, there is a challenge. So balancing that optimism and responsibility, and there is a challenge or some tension here, okay? Your goals may be tested, or what you to aspire in the long term, especially with your ego. And the sun is all about, it's like the bigger Mars. So the sun is really trying to achieve things, but now there is a restriction, or there's a father figure or an elder of some sort telling you no, okay? Tensions between freedom and emotional responsibility, overcoming some doubt. Pisces is involved here, so we do have some element of spirituality, okay? And Sagittarius is all about religion and what you believe and faith. So there is an issue there, and it could be challenged, okay? Be patient, focus on discipline, address any emotional challenges, and balance optimism and practicality. Who's going to feel this the most? Well, it's going to be all my mutable signs. Again, I'm so sorry, mutable signs, but all mutable placements. So Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. And then the Sagittarius and Pisces, of course, you will be feeling this as well. So moving on to December 5th. December 5th, Mercury in Sagittarius is retrograding and is conjunct the Sun in Sagittarius, which is really called a Cazimi. I want to say that I want to tell you and remind you that I did do an individual video on Mercury retrograding in the sign Sagittarius, so please go ahead and check that out. Now, there is usually an aha moment or clarity, and also too, I think, you know, within some predictions of the world, a lot of cases of law, or whoever is like on stage far as like law, we'll probably get some court hearings and a lot of discussions of that. But breakthroughs in communication and thought, because Sagittarius does represent law. So that's why I want to discuss that. But revisiting some past beliefs and philosophies, clarity, aha, and reflection. Anytime a planet is retrograding, there is a reflection. Just side note, I just got distracted looking at my viewfinder, and if you hear any noise in the background, that is my son just making a ruckus, you guys. But if you see here, that is my Christmas tree in my bedroom, so it's just so funny that I usually close that door, but it's open. Traveling and planning insights could be definitely an issue, because dealing with Sagittarius is going to be a thing, and you're talking about Mercury is about traveling. Just some powerful conversations too is going to happen, and there's a spark of a meaningful conversation. We are talking about a fire sign, so there's some passion involved in this inspiring kind of conversation that could be happening. Okay, so it's time to reflect and refine, communicate thoughtfully, plan for growth, and be open to any type of aha kind of energy. Okay, now Mercury retrograding is going to affect all my Gemini risings. Cazimi is going to affect all my Sagittarius placements, and that is if you are Sagittarius rising, Sun, Moon, Mars, you know, all the placements. Okay, and mutable signs, Gemini and Pisces. Now December 6th, Mercury is acting up again. Okay, it's a lot of Sagittarius energy about, okay, and a lot of discussions and speaking, but Mercury retrograding is square Saturn now, and you went from having this Cazimi and Mercury moves really fast to now really feeling negative and pessimistic, and really feeling restricted, or negative thoughts or communication. It's like you're not allowed to say the things that you want to say. Reevaluating your philosophies and your beliefs could be happening. Definitely some delays in communication, or delays in some travel plans, so be aware of that. Tension between freedom and responsibility, challenges emotional and mental clarity, the importance of integrity and honesty. Mercury retrograde challenges you to reflect on how you communicate and whether you are being honest and truthful. Sagittarius is very blunt and honest, so just be patient with any type of travel delays or any type of delays, period, especially when it comes to communicating. Focus on discipline, revisit and reflect, practice some compassions. Mutable signs, you'll be feeling this in my Sagittarius and Pisces. Okay, now Venus is going to enter Aquarius this same day. It's all about freedom loving, okay, and really loving the intellect and loving things that are very futuristic. Okay, so the parties are all about freedom parties. So you may have like a divorce party that you're attending, or maybe you're socializing at an event that's about being independent. Okay, you could be at like a function with a social event that is dealing with the future as well. Okay, but intellectual hangouts really is what you get with Venus in Aquarius. But there's unconventional relationships, focus on community and collective love, because Aquarius is about the group and a community. Creative innovation, detachment and freedom and love, emphasis on equality and values. General predictions is that relationships may take an intellectual turn. There will be a focus on independence and being in love, maybe being independent and not too dependent on someone. Okay, a lot of innovation, a lot of creativity. Venus is in charge of the art, and now Aquarius would think outside of the box, so you will get that. Okay, community and humanitarian efforts. Detachment from emotions also is what you get with Venus entering Aquarius. So just be aware of that. There's positive and negative. Just be aware of the too much freedom loving. Of course, everyone wants to have their independent thought and be independent, but we all need each other at the end of the day. Okay, so embrace any new experiences, focus on friendship, balance freedom and commitment, and engage in community causes. This is going to affect all my air signs, my Geminis, my Libras, and Aquarius, and all my fixed signs, my Taurus, Leos, Scorpios, and Aquarius. Okay, now Mars on the same day that Venus enters Aquarius Mars is going to station retrograde in Leo. So here becomes the problem that we will start seeing with a lot of Leos and a lot of people of power and presidents, okay? And also Trump. Now, the key themes of Mars retrograding in Leo, which I've done a whole video on this and it's very detailed, so go ahead and check that out. But reassessing some personal goals and desires, navigating emotional responses, managing your energy and motivation, reflecting on relationships and conflict. There is going to be a lot of conflict when you have Mars and Leo. A lot of celebrities on stage, a lot of people who want to be like, look at me, look at me, look at me. That's going to be a hit in trying to achieve things, and it's not working the way that you want it to work, okay? So things that are very gaudy and people are trying to achieve things in a very gaudy way, that may not work out with Mars and Leo. But this is all about reflection and redoing and repeating. And also there's a cycle here. So Mars hit 6 degrees and we need to pay attention to that. Then it's going to retrograde and then it's going to come back. And then we need to pay attention to those things too. Okay. So embrace some patience, prioritize some self-care, revisit and revise, practice some mindful communication, practice the pride. Okay. The pride will probably take a hit. Be aware of how you express your anger though, because this pent up energy could be coming out, especially with that lion roar. The Leo represents lion. So that could be an issue. Okay. Now my fixed signs and all my Leos, you will be affected. And now December 7th, Venus is in Aquarius and is going to conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. This is really interesting, right? You're talking about powerful women. Okay, the intellect and intelligence of the female energy is what I see with this. But a very powerful relationship or a very intelligent relationship or something that's very out of the box when it comes to feminine energy or socializing or art and creativity. But intense relationships and really having power with this relationship. And there's some healing or some psychology with this. But it's also reevaluating your values and creative breakthroughs and empowerment with being by yourself, okay? Also social media, let's see how that will take a turn for us, like the aesthetics of something, like if Instagram changes the database and makes it more pretty. Let's see how that how that works out. Now conjunctions are very strong and it also means good or bad, okay? Good and bad. So let's get ready to see the power of a relationship or a transformation of something for us aesthetics when it comes to our intellect and our future, or maybe even something with Elon Musk. Let's see how that goes. Now, this shows Jupiter in retrograding in Gemini. Again, we have that Sagittarius opposing that Gemini energy. And this is a lot about the bigger picture and smaller picture and a lot about travel as well. So tensions between the expansion and the details, okay? And reevaluating your goals and your beliefs. There is communication challenges and some opportunities to balance that out. Conflicts between your freedom and responsibility. Travel and educational insights. You're talking about the beginning and learning something versus the higher learning of that situation, and that has to see eye to eye. Finding a balance between the vision and the detail and communicate very clearly, reassess your goals and stay flexible. Mutable signs, you will be feeling this, and my Sagittarius and Geminis, you will be affected with this too. Now, Neptune is in the sign Pisces and it goes direct and it's going to stop retrograding. So the deceptions and the fogginess, okay, and the illusions of things will start to clear out. And what are the secrets or the endings of things? Also, these conspiracy theories, maybe this will start to help us, okay? So, but the intuition is going to get more enhanced, okay? The illusions will be more clear, unveiling some truth or helping you dispel our fantasies that have some cloudy judgment involved. Spiritual awakening. This is a very spiritual energy, and Neptune in Pisces is very strong when it comes to spirituality and emotional healing as well. So the energy of being lack and feeling like you don't have enough, that will start to help out too. Okay. So, and also to caring for others and compassion for others and the oneness of others starts to move forward and being direct. So, embrace clarity. I mean, within this whole division energy that we've been having with that Gemini and Jupiter retrograding in Gemini and Mercury retrograding, a lot of people dividing and feeling that there is division. And then when Neptune and Pisces starts to stop retrograding, I feel like this will help with the oneness energy, because Neptune does represent and Pisces represents that oneness and caring for others. Okay. Embrace clarity, pursue creative endeavors, deepen your spiritual practices, and practice compassion. which I was talking about, okay? But you really want to trust your intuition and engage in any kind of thing that's creative and practice mindfulness and set some realistic goals here, okay? Especially when, because Saturn and Pisces is going to make your dreams be a reality. So entertain that energy, okay? December 12th, Venus in Aquarius is going to oppose Mars retrograding in Leo. Relationships, okay? The female versus the male, and now they can't see eye to eye. Feminine energy and the masculine energy. You just want to bask in and be comfortable and have a spa day, but Mars is like, we don't have time for this. I'm impatient. We got to get things going. It's not seeing eye to eye, okay? There's creative tension and reevaluating of your desires, okay? Communicate openly, intimacy, and channel your energy in a very creative way. This is also like the males are going to be aggressive to the female or to a woman and just can't see eye to eye, okay? Especially in a very fixed energy. Fixed meaning that is very stubborn. It's thinking outside of the box, but it's stuck on that idea of something, okay? Just be aware of that. You just want to find a balance, whatever the is between the two, between the group and the self-expression, between the friendship and you being so dramatic, okay? The non-emotional energy and the drama of everything. You want to have balance. Now, in the middle of the month, with this December 15th, we have a Gemini full moon. This full moon will occur at 4:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a lunar event, and it's also called a cold moon, symbolizing reflection, renewal, and closure as it marks the last full moon of the year. Okay, so the key themes for this new moon is communication, information exchange, logic and intuition. It's about your community, your siblings, your neighborhood, your neighbors, reflection and closure. What did you start to learn? The beginnings of learning, early education, communication, huge communication. Engage in open dialogue, reflect on personal growth, embrace learning opportunities. Now, this full moon, there's a lot of talking. Gemini energy just loves to talk with a lot of hand gestures, and then now there's emotion involved. If you are having some emotional issues happening with this full moon, you really want to use your words and express yourself. But emotions are human. It's natural, okay? But maybe write it down so you can be calm with your emotions. It's a great time to journal those emotions out, okay? Mercury goes on the 15th. So it started retrograding on the 25th, and December 15th, it starts to stop retrograding at 6 degrees, okay? Now we have to repeat everything that we have done, okay? The communication gets better, but the communication with Mercury will bring the misunderstandings will get a little bit better and clearer, okay? All the rumors, all the non-believers, okay? Also the politics of things and law, all that's to get some clarity, okay? Reevaluating your beliefs, the travel disruptions and the technical glitches and the day-to-day travel all get a little bit better when it starts to go direct. Just remember, still, it's in a sticky phase. I think it goes all the way until January. Patience, review and reflect, communicate, and be flexible, okay? Now, on the 18th, the Sun in Sagittarius is going to square Neptune in Pisces. This is really having a foggy sense of self, okay? Or really feeling negative or lack of the self, okay? There's confusion and uncertainty. There's idealism versus reality. There's a challenge with that. Sagittarius seeks the truth, but Neptune could be a little cloudy in the judgment. So be aware of that. Heightened creativity and spirituality can be a challenge, okay? You're trying to pursue something, and a creative mind doesn't want to really work with the things of the bigger world, okay? A lot of miscommunication because you're dealing with the fog. There's escapism, using drugs. You're dealing with people who could be also psychotic because Neptune and Pisces does represent the crazy people, and maybe also dealing with the law. Are you optimistic and yet someone is actually not of a sane mind, okay? Be aware of that, but a lot of escapism. Stay grounded, double check information, channel creativity, avoid overcommitment, trust your intuition, and then verify it, okay? Signs you will be affected, Sagittarius and Pisces, you will as well. Now on the 19th, we got something positive. Venus in Aquarius is going to trine Jupiter in Gemini, both very positive, uplifting planets, okay? So there's abundance and love. This is a great time to socialize. If you want to throw a party around this time, go ahead and do it. Social connections, creative inspiration, opportunities for personal growth, financial prospects, okay? Especially if you're dealing with some communications or something with the future, really great. This is the energy talk. all the communication is going to land on your lap. Is really great for you. December 21st, the sun will enter Capricorn. Happy solar return to all my Capricorns. And when you have sun entering Capricorn, it is the winter solstice. The winter solstice is all about starting something new. Okay, you're talking about ambition, focus grounded in practical energy, and you're talking about focusing on hard work and responsibility and a pursuit of having something tangible in your hand far as success. Okay, so focus on your goals and your careers. This is a great time to get those books that help you the long term and for New Year's and setting up the new year for you. It's all about discipline and responsibility, reflection on legacy and structure, really thinking about your career, really thinking about long term and your public image, strengthening some boundaries, restrict things that shouldn't be there. Okay, restrict things that need to be restricted. Okay, a preparation for future, commit to hard work, especially hard work that's going to help out in the long term, and prioritize some discipline. Plan for your future ahead. Cardinal signs, this is going to work for you when the sun is transiting in Capricorn, but also it will be a challenge for you at some times because the sun moves every day, and so it's going to hit different planets. All my earth signs, you will be feeling this as well. Now, December 23rd, the sun in Capricorn is going to square your north node in Aries. Now, the north node is about us pursuing what we need to pursue in this lifetime. So you're going to have conflicts with some structure and initiative, redefining your personal goals and balancing responsibility to also with being your true authentic self and starting something new, thinking about the independent, thinking about the I, thinking about you, thinking about that one person, or starting something for the first time ever. And now there is a challenge here. The sun and long-term goals and being grounded, are there some type of restriction or some type of negative energy? And it's like it's not working with all those things I named before of you being independent. This shall pass, okay? You just want to prioritize things and really set some boundaries that are appropriate. And if the boundaries are on you, think in a very optimistic way. These things will pass. One door closes, another door will open. Just set some realistic goals and focus on leadership development. This will affect all my cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorns, and all my Aries and Capricorn placements. Now we're getting closer. I mean, we're already close to Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. But on December 24th, we also have another bad aspect here. Jupiter is going to square Saturn and Pisces. I'm thinking that the government may have some secret news that's going to be coming out. And it's a challenge because I'm thinking with this aspect because Jupiter in Gemini is about news and communication. Now Saturn is about the government, okay? And the government secret. So let's see if there is a challenge with that coming out somehow, okay? Now Jupiter is retrograding, so it's redoing some steps, okay? And it's actually not working in the way that you want it to work. So the abundance and the luck and the optimism, maybe that's slowing down with the negative energy, okay? Now balancing expansion and contraction, reassessing communication and learning. There's spiritual and philosophical challenges here. And Gemini governs our communication and our intellect, while Jupiter is all about making things bigger and expansive. And now you have those two things with Saturn, which urges us to be disciplined and having an approach of long term. And these things are not working very well because Pisces is also very cloudy and there's some fogginess in it. Pisces also could represent endings. It represents lacking, and it represents, again, addiction. So it makes me think that there could be some type of communication or something that's happening intellectually, and there's a restriction, but it's foggy, or there's a restriction and people are just, it's just something you can't see, or it's something that's ending, okay? That's what we have for December 24th. In regards to Christmas, I would just think that there is pessimism happening, negativity for Christmas Eve. So just be aware of that. This is really going to affect all of my mutable signs. I'm sorry for that. It will be affecting you, especially if you hit it around those degrees. Now, December 26th, Mercury in Sagittarius is going to oppose Jupiter. And again, now we're back because Jupiter is repeating his story. And now it's like, yes, we're finally getting some closure to this story, okay? And again, this is about traveling. There's oppositions here, okay? The big idea versus practicality, or a practical idea, feeling overconfident in communication, and there needs to be a balance there. Like, okay, you're talking too much. Reevaluating those goals and beliefs, learning the intellectual growth, travel and logistics, challenges again, and it needs to be a balance here, okay? Just think before you speak. Balance your vision and practicality. Be open to perspectives. Those past goals that didn't work out, maybe there's some clarity with that for you, okay? Mutable signs you will be feeling this in Sagittarius and Geminis. Now, Mercury is in Sagittarius and it's going to square Saturn in Pisces. We're revisiting this, and now all that negativity, negative thoughts is coming up again, okay? So whatever was limiting you, if you're having a mental block, if there is communication challenges, this is something that you already done, and now you're repeating it because Mercury was retrograding and now it's direct. So now I think you should be better with this aspect, okay? So just be aware of the responsibility in the long term and a seriousness far as when it comes to your communication, okay? The challenge shouldn't be as hard, okay? Have some patience. Think long term, communicate thoughtfully, set realistic goals, avoid escapism too. And this will be affecting all my mutable signs in Sagittarius and Pisces. Now, December 27th, Venus in Aquarius is going to square Uranus retrograding in Taurus. So Venus at first was like, oh, I'm loving this different thing and the freedom. And now it's like, wants too much freedom. Be aware of this challenge with the too much freedom, that very eccentric kind of thing, and it really looks too eccentric, like what is going on. It's almost coming off odd or weird. That could be happening, but unpredictable relationships and dynamics, a desire for independence, financial instability, because Uranus is expected unexpected, especially when it's in a sign Taurus. This is all about what you value in your resources in the banks and the stocks. If you're doing stocks, I wouldn't do it around this time. Pull out, okay? But just be very flexible, and communication, just be wary of it, okay? Any type of technical problems, just be flexible across the board. Money, I would be a little prudent. Okay, if I was you, I would be prudent with that. Okay. Lastly, on December 30th, we have a Capricorn new moon. This is how we are closing out the year, and this is our last new moon of the year, and it's in Capricorn. So this is the best new moon ever, right? Because Capricorn is about some goals and long-term energy and being grounded, and Capricorn moons are just the best. Okay, because the emotions are not that involved. Okay, but there's goal setting and ambitions and discipline and responsibility and personal growth. And you want to use this. You really want to set some intentions. And I will do the horoscopes for this later. This is going to influence all of my Aries, Cancers, Libras, and Capricorns. This will affect you the most. But set some clear intentions, develop some strategic plan, and reflect on professional long-term goals. Now, that is what we have. In the next video, I need to talk about the lunar nodes, because they will be changing signs, and it's going to affect all of us equally. And also, too, the year ahead. What can we expect in 2025? Oh my gosh, that's coming up too. If you want to have more, I have more. Click the link in the bio. I have a free reading for you. And if you want to learn how to do tarot, I have a reading for you for that too. So speaking of tarot, let me pull a card and let's see, what do we have for the month of December for the collective? We have some words that are being said that shouldn't be said, okay? You guys, this is Mercury retrograding in the sign Sagittarius and Jupiter retrograding in the sign Gemini. Words are said that you don't want to be said, okay? You regret saying it. You regret being honest, okay? Be leery of that, you guys. And also just practice forgiveness. Just know that this is a collective energy. Also, this is the energy of boredom, okay? Some people may feel restricted with that Saturn energy that keeps popping up, Saturn in Pisces. Also, this is the energy of not really being grateful for what God has given you, and you're not even paying attention to the opportunity far as love, Venus in Aquarius, okay? And you're like, I am bored in this relationship. I don't want to be in this relationship. I want something new. You're giving me more love, but you know what? That's boring. Be aware of that, okay? And lastly, we have a lot of options coming up, a lot of confusion, a lot of disillusionments, a lot of cloudy judgment. Again, I think that's all that Pisces and Neptune energy clearing out. Just be aware of that. Just because you have so many options doesn't mean that it's the best, okay? Just drown it out. I wouldn't drown it out. It's not a good word. Use your intuition, pray to God, and practice patience, especially when it comes to things that you don't have to decide on right away. And if there is a decision right away, you need to question, like, why does this decision need to be rushed? Maybe this is not the best for me, okay? That is what we have for overall in December. I will be doing some pick a card readings for December, but also we have the 2025 reading coming up too. I will see you guys next time. Bye.